Halfway through the week, folks. First take on a Wednesday. Thank you so much for being with us. Stephen A., Max Kellerman.
What's up?
I'm Molly Karam.
What's going on, my man? Hey, you.
Hey.
Molly.
How we doing, guys?
I'm good. I'm good. Let's roll.
Guess what we're starting with? Tebow. Here we go, folks.
Oh,
Buckle
you love
up.
it. Don't pretend you don't love it.
I swear I forgot. I swear I forgot.
Received mixed reviews after a workout that lasted more than 2 hours before an audience of 28 MLB teams at USC. Only the Chicago Cubs and the Oakland A's did not send representatives. He ran a 6.7-ish time in the 60-yard dash, really impressing scouts for his size especially. He also showed undeniable hitting ability during batting practice with a series of line drives and long homers. But Tebow struggled with live pitching. This was against former big leaguers who repeatedly fooled him with off-speed pitches. Fielding was another issue that he was criticized for, catching balls with two hands rather than one. Here's Tebow on his performance.
You know, since I was 4 or 5 years old, there's been two things that I loved the most in sports. One was playing quarterback, having 10 other guys look at you and depend on you to win a game and then hit a baseball. Specifically, those two things. And the second hardest decision that I ever made was giving up baseball. You know, when I felt like I had this opportunity, I want to take it and pursue it with everything I had. You know, when you're at the combine or a pro day after your college football career, you have your body of work for 4 years, everything that you did. So it's not just that one day. Here, you might have seen me when I was 17, but you haven't seen me since. So there are, a lot of nerves, a lot of pressure for sure. And a lot of people will say, but what if you fail? What if you don't make it? Guess what? I don't have to live with regret.
What if you fail, but what if you succeed? Stephen A., your reaction?
My reaction, to be quite honest with you, and I'm dead serious when I say this, is that this is disgusting to me. I was absolutely disgusted to see 28 teams show up for Major League Baseball. I think they are disgraceful. I think they've wasted their time. I think if you're ownership, unless you're trying to look for some kind of sideshow, some marketing situation, they had no business being there. You had no business spending money on scouts being there from 28 of the 30 Major League teams. That is money that was wasted. There is a process that you are supposed to go through in order to get yourself to Major League Baseball. There is a process that you are supposed to go to in order to get the attention of prospective scouts for Major League Baseball teams, let alone minor teams. And when you are 29 years of age and you have never played in Major League Baseball, you have never played in minor league baseball, you never played college baseball. The last time you played baseball was when you were in high school, and for 28 teams to show up to watch him play is an absolute disgrace. I am not blaming Tim Tebow for this in the slightest. You are allowed to dream. This is America. This is the greatest country in the world. It's the land of second chances. I get all of that. I understand it. I'm not casting aspersions on him, even though it would be nice to you to learn how to throw a football before you learn how to throw a baseball. That would have been nice, but that's neither here nor there. That is a subject for another day. But when I think about Tim Tebow, and I think about what comes to my mind, Max, are all the guys out there that are busting their tail, working their behinds off, starving for one camera to show up and spot them and to give them some shine in any kind of platform. But we got 28 teams, we got networks showing up, and for what? What the hell has Tim Tebow done to deserve to have 28 teams from Major League Baseball show up to watch him perform? I want to give major props to whoever his agent is. Congratulations, you're fantastic. You do an absolute job. You're absolutely marvelous. You have done a marvelous job. A phenomenal agent, phenomenal. He deserves all the credit in the world. Okay, we got that going on. All right, I want to give props to Tim Tebow because somehow, some way, you don't mind being the manipulative individual that you are in your quest to gain notoriety for things unearned. But I also want to take a moment to give props to Adam Jones and Buck Showalter for the Baltimore Orioles and others who pointed out the fact that, you know what, guess what? We can go out there and just peel anybody from high school and they could play Major League Baseball. He does not deserve consideration for this. There is a process that you are supposed to go through. He never went through it. He's trying to bypass it. As far as I'm concerned, he's trying to take the easy road to it. It will not work. He will not be successful in his quest. And damn it, he doesn't deserve to be, because the grind, the work, the pounding of the pavement that comes with being a Major League Baseball player is not something that he has done. Football is different. I think Tebow deserves another chance in the NFL. Not to play quarterback, but I do think he deserves a chance to be on an NFL roster. But a baseball team, could you show me AAA, AA, single A, something? Could you do? You know what? Why don't you rejoin the damn high school team at age 29 and see if you can play with them first? And he hasn't played since high school. He hasn't played. Hey, listen. Yes, I did. Let Tim Tebow go back to high school. I don't care. Let Tim Tebow go back to high school and prove that he could play high school baseball. Because guess what? There are high school baseball players that are better than Tim Tebow. Am I lying? Am I lying? Are we going to sit there and deny that that's possible? There are high school baseball. I didn't say football. He's an All-American. He's a two-time national champion, even though he was a backup the first time with the national championship. Every tried to act like he's the starter instead of Chris Leak. But the point is, as a baseball player, Max, he has not proven anything. He did not warrant that attention. It's a travesty that he got it. And America needs to ask themselves, why did Tim Tebow get that attention? Because he did not deserve it. He did not deserve it.
Stephen A. Smith.
Whatever.
Ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
Oh, Lord.
That's right. Now,
what does that mean?
What does it mean? Who among us doesn't leverage what we have for opportunity? Yeah, I have this thing that can get me an opportunity to do something I want, but no, it's not fair to everyone else, so I'm not going to leverage that. So how did Tim Tebow get what he got? Is it simply because he connected with
He got what he got because he's got a pretty damn good agent. That's why. That's why.
Because he connected with evangelicals? Well, yes, he did connect with evangelicals. Like, he has a large following. But no, the primary cause for him to that enabled him to get what he has is the fact that he was an all-time great college football player. He was on 2 national championship teams, as you mentioned. He won the Heisman, as you mentioned. What you didn't mention is he also started for an NFL team that couldn't buy a win, went 7-4 as a starter, and won a playoff game against your Pittsburgh Steelers for a franchise that couldn't do it. He did it.
That's a very low blow. That's a very low blow. I'm about to get low on you.
I'm about to get low
You
first.
bringing up the Steelers. You bring up the Steelers. You really getting on my nerves already. We ain't even start the show yet. You getting on my nerves. All right, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. You done started something now.
Let me ask something. There are a lot of starving actors in this country.
Yes.
Yeah. How many acting lessons you've taken?
None.
Don't lie.
I seem to remember that Stephen A. Smith was Brick and is Brick a recurring role
I see where
on
you're
General
going.
Hospital.
I got
now,
you.
I'm glad you brought that up.
This is good. Keep going, Max.
Because you studied Meisner technique. What was it exactly?
Go ahead.
What school of?
Do you want me to answer now, or do you want me to answer now, or wait until your little soliloquy is over?
Drop the mic.
Sports broadcaster, world famous.
Be careful. Be careful. You get yourself jumped in there. 2-on-1. I can take on both the other side. Go ahead.
To get an opportunity and technically take a job away from a starving actor who's paid their dues. Or should I call you Stephen A. Tebow?
Can I ask you a question? Can I answer that? First of all, as General Hospital will confirm, I never asked for the opportunity. They asked me.
You were chosen.
I'm honored, but I was chosen.
Yeah,
Number one. Number 2, Max Kellerman.
Yes.
You must have a good agent.
Number 2, Max Kellerman.
Because I wouldn't apologize for that.
Tell me, wait a minute.
I would say
Tell me, wait. Everybody, my agent had nothing to do with that. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, and more importantly, another thing that you need to know. Everybody sits there and says, I did a good job. Ain't nobody saying that about Tim Tebow. Who the hell saying that he did a good job?
You know why?
Hold on, no. You started it. Let me answer that. Number three, my role as Brick on General Hospital is a recurring role. That means they asked me back.
He's made it, is what he said.
No.
He's Andrew Saris, too.
That means they asked me back. In the case of Tim Tebow, he's sitting up there like a vagrant begging for an opportunity. You see the difference? Don't you ever?
He's begging for an opportunity?
Excuse me.
28 teams showed up.
They came to watch him. After he put it out there, I'm going to be trying out or whatever. I don't see no Major League Baseball team calling him. I don't see a minor league team calling him.
And he's
I don't see a Major League team calling him for the minor league.
He's not going to make it.
So
like
guess what?
He
doesn't have any of that. While me, I just happen to be talented. What do you want me to say? I don't complete.
You didn't hold the casting call?
I don't complete 46% of the passes I throw. I don't win games by completing 2 passes in a game. I don't sit up there and lean off of the popularity that I have to facilitate a level of success. The talent that comes...
Why do you think they want you on General Hospital?
Well, excuse me.
Because you're popular.
Oh, wait a minute. That may be the case, but again, I had to show up and produce. I didn't hit...
Well, let's put it this way.
There was nobody there.
Let's put it this way.
You could go. Hey, listen, you can call my man Sonny. Listen, I got Maurice Bernard, who played Sonny Corinthos in General Hospital. I got Victor Newman, the character of Young and the Restless, who's Eric Braden. I had Robert De Niro. All this is a two. You don't Robert De Niro. I had him.
He didn't hear the sound.
He heard it before he came on the show. Okay. Remember, he said that. So you got all of that. I got validation. Who the hell is validating for Tim Tebow? Who the hell is validating Tim Tebow?
You get the opportunity for 2 reasons. 1, because you're popular, and 2, because people can see a performer in a broadcast medium may also have the ability to perform in a dramatic role.
I didn't go from football to baseball. Exactly.
I got to finish the sentence.
Go ahead.
So it may not translate exactly, but someone who has star quality as a broadcaster, maybe they have star quality as an actor, whatever their technical proficiency. Tim Tebow has star quality as an athlete.
Really?
Yes.
Are you
kidding me? He was a top college player.
Nonsense.
He was a successful
It's a dog
NFL
and
quarterback.
pony show.
So they're at least showing up to look at him.
First of all, it's a dog and pony show of epic proportions. Secondly, Tim Tebow, everybody seems willing to push Tim Tebow in front of everybody's face. He's certainly willing to do it to try and gain recognition. I don't have to push anybody. A matter of fact, one could make the argument I'm being held back. There's a hell of a lot more that I could do that I'm not allowed to do. I'm a gifted brother. Let me say it right now. So No, don't want God. No. Don't want God in light. Don't want. I will show up as a cameo maybe someday with my man Eric Braden, Victor Newman. But outside of that, I'm General Hospital loyal, hardcore to the death. Maurice Bernard and the crew. That's my boys, General Hospital. But my point is, I'm a gifted brother. Ain't nobody questioning. You can sit up there and say what you want about me. Sorry to brag, but it's necessary in this particular instance since Max brought it up. Don't you ever compare me to Tim Tebow.
I just did.
Because Tim Tebow, the athlete, had his opportunity to show up as a quarterback.
And he did.
No, he did not.
Of course he did.
It's horrible. 46% completion percentage.
You say, why don't you concentrate on football? Because people like you don't want to give a shot in football.
So, excuse me, that's not true. I have been on the record, if you did your homework, Max, I sat up there and said Rex Ryan and the Jets sabotaged him. They ruined him. Okay. He deserved a better chance. I have said repeatedly that Tim Tebow deserves a chance to be in the NFL. He's just not a quarterback.
Right, he wants to play.
He won.
He won. And you know what? His record as a quarterback is 7-4 with a playoff
win. So we caught up with feelings now. Excuse me. You sit up there, I asked Max Kellerman, who are his guys? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, et cetera. This guy, Tim Tebow, people who complete 58% of their passes are considered mediocre in the NFL. But this dude completed 46%, and you're going to make an excuse for him? Oh, come on.
Percentage is a means to an end.
Really?
If you achieve the end another way, it doesn't really matter that much.
What about, yes, let me tell you why it does. Because you see, you know your boxing. You love your basketball. Let's get into a little football for a second.
Let's do it.
When we're talking about football, and you're talking about completing 46% of your passes, even if you got a high QBR in the last 5 minutes, what about the first 55 minutes? If you sit up there,
7-4.
That's not true.
Good enough to beat the Steelers.
Time out. That defense. You can't sit there, Max Kellerman. See, I got you now. You done threw yourself under the bus here. Because you're the guy that talked about how awful Peyton Manning was. Yep. We all know that the Denver Broncos won a Super Bowl because of that defense. But they won games when Tebow was there because of Tebow?
I'll tell you why.
It wasn't the defense? It wasn't the defense?
Can I say why?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Because they had a quarterback, Kyle Orton, who was losing with the same team. Tebow came in, they started winning. Whether it's inspiration, perspiration, whatever it is, they started winning.
Oh, my Lord.
Peyton Manning took over a team that was winning with Brock Osweiler.
Oh, please.
There was no substantive difference in terms of their success between Peyton and Osweiler. Therefore, it was 100% the defense.
Time out. Tim Tebow clearly assisted in them winning. Because the Denver Broncos...
We're done with the segment?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Because the Denver Broncos were the #1 rushing attack with him.
Can we get to what this is about?
The point is that he can't throw. Baseball, when you're playing the field, requires you to throw. They didn't even shit. I mean, the man could, listen, he was catching the ball with two hands in baseball. Can we
get to what this is about?
And then you got people bragging about, he did a 6.6 in the 60. Look at his speed, running from home plate to second base. Bryce Harper couldn't do that. Derek Jeter couldn't do that. They had the blasphemy, the unmitigated gall, the insulting. I can't believe that somebody actually mentioned Derek Jeter and Bryce Harper's name in the same breath as Tim Tebow. Do you have any idea how insulting that is? Derek Jeter, and you calling yourself a New Yorker. You actually took that. You actually sit up here and
don't create a straw man. That's not what's going on.
And come to the defense of Tim Tebow because when somebody, the second somebody mentioned Derek Jeter and Tim Tebow in the same sentence, you should have been off the wheels right there. But no, not Max Kellerman.
Oh, no, not Max Kellerman.
Because we love Tim Tebow, right?
Let's get to what this is about.
You got a great agent.
Underneath
it all
is the question of why is he getting these opportunities?
Okay.
Why? And by the way, this is the first time he's actually used his celebrity in an athletic capacity to get an unfair opportunity that wasn't available to others. This was the first time in athletic capacity. Yeah. What?
What?
You go 7 and 4 as a quarterback. Hold on. Let's take it. The point is, why does he get the opportunity? You seem to be insinuating that the opportunity has something to do with the connection he has to fans, many of them evangelicals as he is, and that obviously has something to do with it. He's connected. He has a fan base that's connected to him for reasons maybe outside of football or more than just football. But he also, and you can't deny it, was an all-time great college player. Let's not pretend that never happened. Even if you want to dismiss his NFL success, because I don't know how else you would call 7 and 4 with a playoff win against the Steelers.
That's how.
But,
well, go ahead.
But like, are you going to deny that the prime kind of mover of his popularity was his college football success? Are you going to deny that he was an all-time great on that level?
Max Kellerman, you're a cerebral individual, highly intellectual, so let's go that route. When we talk about Tim Tebow and what's really, really going on here, it's not the evangelicals who support him. He's a good man, God-fearing individual. It's impossible to root against him. What I'm talking about is realistically. I'm not talking about utopia. I'm not talking about what we would like it to be. Because if in my perfect world, Tim Tebow would be a star quarterback in the NFL because as a human being, he deserves that. But he's not good enough. Now, let's get to the point. It's not about the Episcopalians or anybody else. You know what it's about? It's about the media recognizing the fan base that he has and gravitating to that, and the sports world assisting in that at the expense of individuals who have earned what is given to him. We pride ourselves as a nation, particularly in the world of sports, where we are talking about a meritocracy, yet we throw that out the window when it comes to Tim Tebow. It is what Buck Showalter alluded to. It is what Adam Jones alluded to. It is what I am flat out saying. Tim Tebow is a good man, and we hope that he will ultimately find his way in the world of sports and be successful because as a human being, he deserves it. But as a professional athletic performer, he comes up grotesquely short. He does not deserve the opportunity, not ahead of thousands, if not millions of other people who are ignored, and it is wrong that his popularity got him that
quality of opportunity.
It is wrong.
Is an almost universally accepted political and social idea. Equality of opportunity. Not in its literal sense, but that's not possible. But in a broad kind of way, everyone goes in for that. I get it. And yet, it is hypocritical for any of us, for most of us, to sit here and say that that ideal would trump in our own personal experience using whatever leverage we had for whatever opportunity we were interested in.
I didn't blame Tim Tebow. But I didn't blame Tim Tebow. Yeah, but Max, I never blamed Tim Tebow. I said the media and the teams. I never said it was Tebow's fault. Matter of fact, I actually was on the record. I said if I would do the same thing if I was Tebow.
But the teams who send representatives there are either inefficiently using their resources, and that will come back to haunt them. The smart teams, the Cubs and Oakland, big market, small market, but they're both brainy, didn't send anyone. That may be a signal of something, but they'll be punished in the marketplace, in the competition.
Still wrong.
What do you mean? It's not an issue of right or wrong.
Guys, we gotta go to break.
Principally is wrong. By the way,
that was fun, though.
Just
that
go.
really was fun.
Tim Tebow, go to the WWE, work for Vince McMahon. He's in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
He's got a great fan base. I'm telling you, you'd be so
That's a good idea.
I think he should go to WWE.
That's a great
That's a good idea, Brick.
He's just as big as Seth Rollins. It looks just as big.
I can't with either of you. All right, we want to hear from you guys on Twitter. Let us know what you think. Would you want Tebow on your MLB squad? Let us know. We'll share those results a little later in the show.